Hello, Misfits, and welcome to Volo's Guide to Getting Murdered, a one-shot set in Waterdeep that is sort of a clue-type murder mystery. Hope you enjoy. No, this is just...
What you talking about? The bear no need nobody.
This
don't
is
need
just
anybody else.
a smaller group. Alright, so... all of you are in the city of Waterdeep, reuniting with an old friend, Nox Shadowcast. She has asked y'all to help her out with a job of sorts. There is a party, a celebration to celebrate Volo's latest book. This would be none other than Volothamp Geddarm, this sort of famous adventurer and writer, and his new book is titled Volo's Enchiridion to Making Friends, and the book documents ways to make traveling across the world a safer place by making friends and allies in the most unlikely of ways. It features its fair share of half-truths, such as techniques to instantly convince wildlife such as owlbears to be docile without the use of magic. So it's kind of, not the,
He's the Lockhart of this world.
Yeah, at times. But anyway, Nox has asked you to accompany her to this party because she has received intel that members of the Zentarum organization are supposedly attending this party, and she needs a little extra help keeping an eye on that and to see what they're up to. So, she sort of pulls you all into an alley, and starts to kind of rehash what's happening. So, hang on, I'm reading, I'm making sure. Alright, yeah, she pulls you aside. Alright, so, just giving you the rundown, received intel, members of Zentarum are planning to infiltrate this party, and I need your help investigating. It'd be nice if we could have everybody here, but, Spyro insisted on taking the others to hand out pamphlets about Bahamut, and I didn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, so here we are. It's gonna be great.
Wait, why are you in Waterdeep? I thought you'd never want to come back.
Well, I've kind of been here since I left you guys, doing my part to kind of clean up. Joined a group called the Harpers, doing some good. Yeah, just trying to take care of my hometown a bit. But
I'm so proud.
thanks. I still steal things, but I try to do it for a good reason. So, anyway. So, this party, it's at the Sperant Tower, and well, you'll know it when you see it. The tower is less of a tower and more like a giant statue of a hawk man. If you just look over there in the distance, you can see it. It's a whole thing. There's lots of those towers. We're not going to get into it. You don't need a history lesson. That's where the party is. Here are your invitations. They are going to ask for your weapons when we get in there. We could maybe bribe them to let us keep them, but anyway, it's a whole thing. Any questions?
They're not gonna take, my, spellcasting shit, are they?
Ugh.
I don't think so. You could, hide it on your person, probably.
I'm gonna do that and hand over my knife and my rapier.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. I mean, I'm not gonna I might hand over my rapier, but I don't know. We'll tackle that when we get there. Alright. Let's head to this party. So she leads you to Sperant Tower. It's located inside this hollowed out Hawkman Colossus statue. And from the pelvis up to where the hawk's head is where people inhabit this tower, and they've sort of made it into this kind of almost this sort of like ballroom and banquet hall and all sorts of things with these different apartments at the top. It's a whole elaborate affair. And it's kind of a convoluted tower because you have to get hoisted up on this kind of lift thing to get up to it. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, you sort of all head over to this tower. And...
I'm just picturing this with Bear being like,
yeah.
you.
So, approaching any of the walking statues of Waterdeep is always a case of wonderment, and today is no exception. Before you is the tilted colossus known as the Hawkman. Its left hand is outstretched as if commanding you to stop, and the festivities have clearly begun, as an orderly queue lies ahead. Bundles of people step up into a wooden cart, which is cautiously lifted towards the entrance embedded in the statue's palm. Alright, this is it. Anybody afraid of heights? We good?
We're good.
I think we're good.
I hear that if something goes wrong, they've got spells and shit to help us out.
You know?
I think I'd trust us over them.
Don't
anyway.
you have spells and shit to help us out? Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, anyway. So, do you get on the wooden cart?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Bear's excited.
You get on this wooden cart, and
Does it hold Bear?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a very good question.
Can we explain if it's gonna hold him before we get
Wait,
off?
shit. How
You
much
know,
does Bear weigh?
now actually it is 10 by 10, so we might need to take 2 groups.
We can do that.
So we'll do that. But you will be carried up. It is possible. So it's a 10 by 10 wooden cart, and it's held up by a series of chains. Well, it holds up to 5 medium-sized passengers per voyage, so I think we're okay. even though Bear is huge.
I am medium.
Yeah.
I can carry as much as a huge creature, but I'm medium.
Feel bad for the guy lifting us all up there, but it's fine.
I'm only like 320 pounds. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
There's like
It's nothing.
the chains go taut, and then there's a pause before eventually it gets lifted up and starts to ascend. It takes about 10 minutes to lift up the lower lift all the way up to the hand. And as y'all are ascending, you notice that there are runes at the bottom of the cart that seem to be etched into the wood as well.
Can I try to read them?
Yeah.
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Can I also roll that?
Sure.
Bear's gonna roll that too. He's
Right,
curious.
go for
I
it.
got a 6, so I don't know.
15.
A 15.
Got a 9.
9. Well, Coops recognizes it. You can tell that these are reactive runes that look like they're ready to cast Featherfall if something should happen.
Falls. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, hey! That's
See?
good. I don't have Featherfall.
They thought of things. All right, so you get hoisted up to the top, and as you get up to the top of this hand, there's sort of like a doorway that's been carved into this outstretched hand of this giant statue. There's a halfling entrance guard that kind of looks like he's sweating. He's wearing thick cog-covered metal gloves, and he's like literally standing at this thing like pulling on these chains, and you get up to the top and you are let out. He's assisted by 2 other guards, but he, despite his sweatiness and look of exhaustion, he bows patiently to each of you and welcomes you to Sperant Tower.
I bow back.
I'm gonna lean down and offer a fist or a fist bump.
Give me a persuasion roll.
I'm gonna nod my head at him.
Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, it's an at 1.
looks at you, and it's not that he doesn't want to fist bump you. I think he literally is just misreading what you're intending. You're like this big guy, and you're like this, and he's like, what? What does that mean?
You like.
Touch
Never
knuckles.
mind.
Okay. So welcome to the Sperant Tower. This is the door to the entry hall right here, and if you could just relinquish your weapons, just seeing what's on you guys. There's a chest right there. So who has visible weapons on them?
Me.
Me.
I've got my dagger and my rapier strapped to my hips.
Yeah, I think Nox wouldn't be able to hide her her rapier or her crossbow.
I don't think I have any visible weapons on me.
I've
I would have
got
put my bringer away.
I've got a great axe, a great sword. Let me see, how many javelins do I
You're a
have?
walking armory.
Several javelins and a couple spears,
Did
like
we
just carrying on my back, and I have
Did
the
we have a
sun
bag
sword.
of holding in this campaign?
I don't think so.
think you did.
I don't think we did.
We didn't.
We didn't.
Mm-mm.
I
I have
think that's
the-
amazing.
I have the like sun sword hilt like in my little pack
Nox will kind of lean over to you, Coops, and be like,
because it's like a lightsaber.
Should we like try to? Should we bribe him, or should we just like, cozy up to him?
I say we just go. I'm not worried about handing over my weapons.
Yeah. If there are Zents in there, I'm worried about it.
Well, you can try it. Wait, let me check my persuasion. I don't remember what it is.
Nox is gonna sort of dust off her shoulders and kind of square herself and look at this halfling and say, yeah, we're under orders to investigate some persons of interest that are attending this party, and we actually we have permission to have our weapons on us with us at this party. And she'll try to roll a deception.
Can I wait, what's my deception? I was thinking something else. Can I aid her? Can I be like,
Sure. What are you gonna say to aid her?
I'm gonna say it's integral that we have access to our weapons tonight just in case something goes wrong.
Okay, I'll allow the
It's still deception, yeah.
yeah. Well, with Nox, that's a 22.
Oh, we're fine, good, because my roll is pretty shy.
Yeah, this halfling kind of looks up and looks at all of y'all, and it's like, yes, of course. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in the way of that. Of course, yeah, right this way, and motions y'all to sort of enter. So y'all enter into the entry hall, which is basically the whole length of the arm of this statue. It's a narrow hall, and azure rug runs the length of the statue's arm toward a closed door at the far end. About halfway down the hall are a pair of miniature renditions of the undamaged Hawkman walking statue without its sort of tilt or list to the side. These two pictures kind of mirror each other, one holding out its left arm, the other holding out its right. You notice two guards flank the far door, dressed in fine orange regalia, with every piece of metal showing polished to near perfection. You can also see a crate, in the corner of the room that's sort of closed and locked shut. And the guards kind of open the doors for you to enter the next room. Fancy. As y'all...
Can I indicate to Nox and be like, Hey, I'm gonna try and distract the guards. Do you want to check out whatever that crate is?
Sure. I guess.
How open is this? Is the crate like in the corner?
It's a tight hallway.
Oh.
Here,
Maybe
actually,
not then.
I'll let y'all look at the floor plan for the tower. We're kind of
Okay.
playing it loosey goosey today, but y'all are I don't know.
There. Oh, yeah.
Here, and it's like in the corner of that hallway, and the guards are on either side of that door.
Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna indicate. I lied.
So they let you step into the next room, the foyer. And as y'all do that, Nox kind of reaches into her coat and pulls out a hat and pulls it on over her head, and her appearance changes to that of just a normal person.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of still really wanted by the Zentarum, so try to keep a low profile, you know?
Don't blame you. That's a cool magical object.
Hope we not get into anti-magic field, but we'll be fine.
Yeah, hope so too.
Ugh.
That would be, that would not...
It would be complicated.
It would be very complicated. You're very correct. Shortly after you sort of arrive at this party, you hear a commotion just behind you, and you look back and you can see that halfling guard is arguing with what looks like a drow male.
Can we hear what they're saying?
I would like to listen.
Yeah.
Sure. Give me a perception check. It's a low DC, but yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, do I really need to do a perception check?
That's
But,
another nat one.
Oh no.
mine's a 28.
17.
17 and 28 are fine. Nat one, it's a busy party. There is a lot of commotion, so it does take a bit to like kind of listen. But
It's also not my native language either.
well, they're speaking in common.
Still not my native
Yeah,
language.
that's true. You're right. But this drow
language is
figure is like, "Oi, you want me to hand over my weapons? I don't think so." And then this like halfling guy is like, sir, you have to hand over your weapons, and I'm not budging on this, please. And this drow figure's like very visibly trying to suppress his rage. You see at one point he even reaches into his pocket and tries to like pass some coin over to this halfling guard, and the guard's not having it, and eventually kind of like huffs in frustration and hands over a scimitar before storming past and entering the room that you are all in.
Can I like make a glance at his body and see if there's another
I was
weapon
gonna ask the same
that
thing.
he did not hand over?
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna ask the same thing.
You can give me a perception, or something, anything.
Do you want to roll with advantage if I help you?
Sure, I'll roll with advantage. First one's a 19. It's a 19.
A 19. Hang on, let me look.
I like his accent.
Looks like you can't seem to see any weapon that seemed to be his like at least prominent weapon. You can't see anything else on his person.
What was the guard's name again?
Y'all didn't ask, but it's Frug.
Frog?
Frug Knucklespring.
Frog.
Yeah.
I love
Hey,
that
Frog, I think
name.
it might do you good to make a more thorough check of this person.
Did you just say that to him?
The Lyra just goes.
Frug says, Yeah, no, I think that's probably a good idea. We're gonna pat him down later if we can pull him aside.
Perfect.
So, y'all enter into the foyer. The center of the foyer is dominated by a 15-foot wide spiral staircase, and the back of the room is dominated by a functioning fountain depicting the Hawkman that reaches from the ground to a foot below the ceiling. It's a very tall statue. 4 guards stand within the room, 2 flanking the grand marble staircase, while the other pair are guarding the entrance to the ballroom. There are 4 exits to this room. You see there's the wooden door that leads back to the entry hall that you just came from, a golden filigree set of open double doors that lead into what you can tell is a ballroom. You can see people dancing on the other side. And then there's the spiral staircase that goes both up and down. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
First off, I would like to, this is out of game, I would like to apologize. Whoever is upstairs in my apartment building is, like, doing construction right now, so when you hear, like, drill sounds and stuff, that's what that is, just as a heads up.
I literally can't hear anything, so
Oh.
you're good.
Perfect, because it sounds so loud to me. It's great. Okay. I mean, I would like to, I want to check out the fountain first.
I was gonna say that also.
Sure, you can walk over to the fountain. It's big, it's grand, very tall, Hawkman, almost reaching the ceiling. You can see probably some coins and stuff that are on the bottom of the fountain, under the water.
I'm gonna ask one of the guards. So, what is symbolism with Hawkman? What is story behind Hawkman?
Well, hang on, let me scroll. Yeah, they sort of walk up to you, oh, so you're not from around here. Well, Hawkman is, one of the, more exotic or exciting, now dormant walking statues of Waterdeep. These sort of giant statues, believed to have been created by the founder of Waterdeep itself. And apparently, or supposedly, these walking statues were summoned in defense of the great city. Most consider them Waterdeep's last line of defense, and they're supposedly under the control of the Blackstaff, that's the Archmage of Waterdeep.
Interesting.
Would I know if the Archmage is a good character or a, like, nefarious?
Make a history check with advantage, because you are from Waterdeep. And I will do a very quick Google search.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
But
Okay,
Bear's
it's
also
a
gonna
dirty
say,
20.
A dirty 20. You know that the current Blackstaff is, I'm gonna butcher this name, but it's, I think, Vara Safar. I butchered that so bad. But she's the 7th Blackstaff of Waterdeep. She was young when she inherited the title. She's extremely skilled and very capable. I mean, most people talk about how powerful she is, and how confident she is. Most don't really seem to think of her as being bad. She seems to be working very hard to kind of clean things up as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. What else? Anything else?
What's, this right here?
Hang on, let me get to where you are. Do that again.
Oh, sorry. What's this?
It's a table. I just decided it's a table.
Okay, cool. Well, I look at the group and I'm like, where do you want to go?
Is there anybody else in the room with us?
There's several people. There's tons of guests here. Most of them are decked out in some pretty fine clothes. And the majority of the crowd seems to be heading towards the ballroom. It sounds like a new song that's a bit more upbeat has just started playing, and you can hear sort of cheers and that kind of rhythmic kind of sound of people dancing in time.
Does anyone catch my eye?
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna lean down to oh shit,
Why am I
Valera,
voice so shy?
and say, is interesting. Walking statue, and they build big fancy building in here. What if you wake up?
Everyone just falls over, I guess.
Nox leans over. Look, man, these things haven't moved in like fucking centuries. All right, it's.
I mean, still could
it's
wake
what-
up.
Look, I don't want to live inside a stone man, but like, I don't know. Who knows why rich people do what they do?
Can I have a
right?
foresight check?
They'd
what?
probably be unhappy with all people.
You said these things haven't moved, and and I'm like, is that?
What's your
Is that a
perception
hint?
check for looking at the guests?
16.
16. There are a couple people that kind of stand out to you. You can just see through the doors a beautiful woman that looks, I don't know, maybe elvish, possibly. She sort of has this, I don't know, this quality to her that sets her apart from everyone else. And she is dancing, kind of at this crazy pace like nobody else is, and everybody's kind of leaning in and watching her. You also notice there is another woman who's sort of dark hair. Her clothing looks very different from everybody else's here. It looks more almost maybe northern kind of influences. And she keeps going around and pulling people aside and talking to them, and you notice them make weird faces before they turn and leave and go talk to other people. So those are the two people that stand out the most to you.
I would like to approach the second person.
Sure. So, yeah, you head into the ballroom, and you rolled a 16 before. Yeah, you as you approach, you can hear her talking, and she says, I overheard them say, no, wait. No. Hang on, sorry, I'm reading this very strangely. Yeah, you hear a snippet of information, not from her, but from the person she is talking to, and they say, you overheard them say what about Volo? My, I must admit, his speed in producing guides didn't always seem suspect to me. So that's like a snippet of what you hear of whatever conversation she's having with somebody.
I'm gonna kind of walk over and be like, what's this about Volo?
Ugh. Don't get me started on Volo. I mean, the man's pretty much a fraud, basically. All of his books, all of everything that he writes about, I mean, it's just countless lies. And I mean, really, I just can't believe they're throwing this whole party for him.
Me neither, honestly. You're right. I've never believed anything in his books. They're honestly...
Make a deception check, I guess?
I don't know if that's... I don't even know who he is, so I guess it would be deception.
Yeah.
15.
15. She sort of looks at you and narrows her eyes. Do you even know anything about Volo? Have you read a single one of his stupid books?
No, I was just trying to fit in. A friend invited me here, and I'm definitely not from around.
Well, I'm not from around here either, but I'm just sort of, well, kind of frustrated that he gets all this fame and success, and all he does is print lies.
Yeah, I can see why that would be upsetting. Can I get an insight check on that? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
just because I feel like I want to see if that's really what she... 16.
16. You can tell that she is genuinely frustrated with Volo and doesn't dislike him. There's something, you can tell that there's probably another layer to this, but you're having trouble discerning exactly what that is, just from like listening to her and watching her.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll bid my departure and go back to my party members.
Yeah, sure. Anything else that y'all would want to do? Lots of people are dancing. Most of them are pretty much watching that girl, honestly.
That crazy dancing girl.
Yeah.
I know what I want to do, but Bear probably wouldn't do it.
Uh-oh.
What?
Actually, would he?
What is
I don't know.
What is
It's up
it
to
you
you.
want to do?
What is it?
Bust up on the dance floor with the chick. I mean,
Oh, wow.
No, Bear probably wouldn't do that.
Blair would probably not be dancing, but
No. Bear does not dance unless it is with bears.
Are y'all
Or owl
watching her
bears.
dance? If you're not gonna join, are you watching her dance?
Yeah.
I will, sure.
sure, I'll watch while that conversation is
Okay.
happening.
Can I have everybody make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh
Oh,
no!
Jesus.
Me included.
11.
Hang on.
Wait, let me get my dice out.
I
Was
got a
Nox watching?
19. Yeah. 11.
I also got a 19.
I got a 13.
Bear, you feel strongly compelled to join in on this
Go
dance.
bust it up!
You really want to start dancing.
Bear's gonna, like, walk toward, just push people out of the way. Just, like,
Bear, what are you doing?
wade through people. And just start, like, busting out some crazy shit.
This chick, fair skin, pale blonde hair, beautiful. She smiles widely at you and sort of twirls around and then grabs your hands and starts dancing. And everybody's like, yeah! And they're all like, they're enthralled. Mainly with her. No offense.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Hey,
I didn't get my
Bear.
beard braided for this, man.
I'm gonna kind of lean
I
over
should have
to
gotten
Nox
my
and be
beard
like-
braided.
I'm gonna lean over to Nox and be like, did you know Bear could dance? Because, like...
I
Bear
had
cannot dance.
no fucking idea. I
Okay,
didn't really
just-
do any dancing in Fandelver or fucking Thunder Tree.
Ugh.
Y'all got any clue what the hell's going on here?
I have
um,
no idea.
no.
Bear didn't strike me as the type to want to go dance, so, you know.
Both Coops and Valera, why don't you give me an Arcana check?
Oh, that's not gonna be great.
I got a 24.
I got an 18. Sweet.
Good. You both can tell that there is something clearly fey about this woman dancing, and you feel like something about that probably has to do with how enticing her dancing is and her nature is in general.
What do I know about the Fae? Like,
I mean, probably Probably only so much. Give me a...
Like, would I know how to stop that?
Probably not, honestly. I'll say around this time, the song ends. Bear, you are allowed to stop dancing. Everybody cheers, and she looks a little flushed from dancing, but she sort of curtsies. Oh, thank you so much. That was so good. You're such a good dancer.
Do I remember dancing?
Yes, you remember dancing. But you, like, it's a weird feeling. It's like, I don't remember, like, deciding to dance. I remember dancing, but, like, why was I dancing?
I'm gonna sally up to them, and I'm gonna say, so, say, huh? Interesting.
I'm sorry, what? What?
Insight check? What?
Yeah, give me
What?
give me an insight check, sure.
I'm gonna say
Why are my rolls so bad?
interesting. Bear does not normally dance.
Well, you probably don't normally come to a party like this.
I rolled a 10. I rolled really bad.
It's true, but
Is she like a preppy thing?
still.
I mean, she's kind of upbeat. Listen, I can give you lessons later. It can be a whole thing.
Bear, don't accept anything she's offering you.
We'll find it.
Yeah, do not want to have repeat of Ember Temple.
Oof.
She just sort of like nods. She's like, yeah, okay. And then she starts walking away. And at this moment, you can tell that a lot
Can
of
I
the...
insight check that reaction?
Yeah, sure.
Mention
Sure.
the Ember Temple.
I'm gonna aid you. I'm also gonna insight check that.
Oh my god.
God damn it, that's a 3.
24.
24. It's very much a like, yeah, I don't care what you're talking about, so I'm just gonna leave now. It was that kind of reaction. At this point, you can see that several people are starting to head back into the foyer, and you hear some people saying, I think Volo's about to give his welcoming speech, and you see this chick, like, really take off, headed that direction. But she bumps into the other girl, the sort of northern girl. And, that northern girl takes a lot of offense from being bumped into, and they start arguing with each other.
I want to listen to that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, most of it is basically like, can you watch where you're going? And it's like, I'll watch where I'm going if you watch where you're going. And it's like, it's nonsense, and it escalates, and eventually 2 guards, like, step in and separate them from each other.
Here, hold my
This moment,
hoops.
when no one is looking at me, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Pog.
Alright.
You are in a crowded ballroom.
Oh, you're right.
So
Maybe I shouldn't do that.
just keep that in consideration.
Maybe I
These
won't.
bitches
I won't.
everywhere.
Just kidding. I won't do that.
Do y'all head into the foyer where everybody else is? Where they're gathering?
So
Sure.
the room with the Hawkman fountain.
Yeah, with the fountain. That first room.
Sure, but I'm gonna kind of stay by one of the exit points.
Sure. Do you want
Yeah.
to be near the entry hall or near the ballroom door or the staircase? You've got some options.
I'm gonna hang out by the ballroom door.
I'll be
Okay.
by the staircase.
I'm also going to hang out by the staircase, and then if I see that no one's there, I'm going to slip in and then turn invisible.
Do you want me to... Nox kind of leans in. Do you guys want me to stand anywhere in particular? I mean...
Get the other exit, I guess.
The entrance?
Whichever
Sure.
one we haven't covered yet.
Got it. Blue. And she heads over and kind of very smugly leans against the wall by the entrance doors.
I can picture that.
Yeah. So you all kind of get into your spots. And actually, emerging from the spiral staircase from above, so some of y'all are quite close, in vibrant blue leather, and carrying an equally vibrant blue leather tome in one hand, and a glass within the other, is the one and only Volothamp Geddarm. It is not the blue tome, guys. Evening, ho ho, one and all. Welcome to this exquisite evening to celebrate the release of my newest book, Volo's Enchiridion to Making Friends. Volo pauses, bringing the book into both hands and raising it above his head dramatically. A book that promises to aid each and every one of you in navigating the battlefield that is making friends. I have traveled the land far and wide, and there is nothing more essential than a few allies to back you up. Which is why I've gathered you all here with hopes that by the end of tonight, we're all friends. We're fortunate to be inside the Hawkmen statue, where the sights from the balcony are to die for. Let the party commence! And everybody kind of does like a huzzah, and yeah, and that's what happens.
Please insight check him saying we're all going to be friends by the end of tonight?
Sure, give me an insight check. Go for it.
He also said the party's to die for.
Yeah.
Look, I just said this would be on the nose.
I don't fucking insight anything. Nothing.
Nothing?
Not one. I get nothing.
It seemed like a very,
Pompous ascot speech? Yeah.
Yeah, lots of energy and excitement behind it.
So is he standing, like, right in front of the stairwell entrance?
He's, like, up several stairs. He's, like, kind of at the top of the stairs, on this level. And,
So these are open spiral staircases?
Yeah, they're open so everybody can see.
Never mind. I had this image that it was an enclosed stairwell, and I was going to sneak in and turn invisible and come back out. Good to know.
I am sorry that could not happen.
No, that's fine. It's good that I know that now, and I didn't just say I was going to do that.
So, at this time, Volo heads upstairs, and you see the kind of Fey woman head up as well, but Nox also waves to you and points at the drow fellow who is heading out the entrance hall. So what would you like to...
I'm gonna follow the drow dude.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So y'all, yes?
I think I'm gonna stay in here and keep an eye on things. I don't feel like all of us should follow him.
Sure. You can do that. We'll do, drow fellow first.
I'm gonna kind of stealthily follow him. I don't want him to notice.
Yeah, how do y'all wanna do that?
I want to try and blend in with the crowd and not have him notice me, I guess, as he's exiting.
Must be nice to blend in with the crowd.
Roll a stealth check. Nox will do the same. So y'all, both Nox and Coops are trying to be stealthy.
16.
I'm not. I'm just...
24.
I'm kind of going around the edge of the crowd, but...
Are you trying to follow him out the door, or just stay close to the door?
How far out the door is he?
So you notice, or Nox kind of points it out, that this guy literally, like, goes back into that entry hall that y'all walked in from. And, she also kind of, like, points at these two guards, and you notice that the guards that were in the entry hall have left and entered the foyer, so that they're not in that entry hall anymore. So he's...
I'm following him out the door.
All right. Yeah. You follow him out the door, and you notice him with his hand in that chest, and he's pulling out a scimitar, the same one that was confiscated from him. At the same time, you notice a elvish man entering. He looks like he's kind of in a hurry, like he was running late, and he kind of stops and looks at the drow fellow and looks at you, Bear, and he's like, well, that's interesting.
Здравствуйте, friend.
What was that?
Здравствуйте.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying there, but
What are you doing here? Everybody in room having
are
good
you
time.
talking to Drow or Elf Man that just arrived?
The elf dude.
That just got here.
Yeah.
I was running late. I just got here. I just want to go in and I'm supposed to talk with Mr. Volo. I was gonna apologize for my tardiness actually, and then well I walked up on this bit of theft here. And
Okay,
the drow guy is
you continue. Tell guard when you get in that this piece of shit is
Yeah, I'm just
grabbing
gonna
sword.
open the door and say, "Hey guards, we got a thief."
So, like, the drow guy is like, whoa, we can talk this out. You know, this scimitar, it holds sentimental value to me, and, I can, you know, I'll just slip you some
good.
gold. We can just forget.
Yeah, and you know what?
This axe
That's
has
the end
very
of the night.
sentimental value to me too.
Then, well, you get to keep yours. Why can't I keep
special
mine?
permission.
Excuse me.
We have special permission. You need
Make
to
a
pick yours back.
deception check for that.
Hey, we
You
did
didn't
get
ask
special permission.
and we
We
did.
did get permission when we walked in.
We got permission from Frog.
I'm not
Fine.
lying.
Fine. So you get
You
to
need to
keep
put
your
yours back, and
weapons,
you
and
can
I
collect
can't
it at
keep
the end of the
mine.
night.
It's a scimitar. I'm not gonna fling it out in the party and start chopping off people's heads, oi?
Well, how do we know that?
I guess you'll just have to trust me.
Except I'm not.
Please
I
not
did call
help
the
me.
guards, by the way.
All right, the guards enter. Frog is with them. Whoa, what is excuse me, sir? I think we already confiscated this from you. Look, man, it's just a big misunderstanding.
It's not.
We don't need to. If you could just be quiet, that would be great.
I'm not in the room. I'm saying this to myself.
Yeah, so I mean the guards take it from him. I mean, yeah, because y'all are there, y'all aren't gonna let him keep it. You're not gonna take the bribe. You brought the guards in, so yeah, they take the scimitar from him. They put it back in the chest. They lock the chest, yeah, one of the guards takes this drow man by the shoulder and leads him out of the entry hall and into some other part of the tower, I suppose. Frog says, thank you so much. I'm so glad. I didn't know we were supposed to have the armed help, but now I'm really appreciative of it, honestly.
There's
So,
no problem.
all right.
Always
well-
glad to help out.
We know the sketchy shit we investigate. It's okay.
You know, you enjoy the party. Thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot when people just care about the little guy, you know? And yeah.
I'm gonna kneel down and offer a fist for a fist bump.
This time he does. He gives you the fist bump and he's like, yeah. He's feeling real good about himself. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to the elf,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be like, so how do you know Volo that you're apologizing to him, like, personally?
Hang on, let me pull out my things. La la la.
What did I call?
So I used to sort of raid dungeons as a hobby, and now I've kind of moved into more steady, stable work here in the city. But, yeah, so sometimes I meet with Volo on occasion and we sort of discuss old adventures and sort, and, you know, he's a pretty charismatic fellow, well, I kind of want to create maybe work out some sort of lucrative business deal, and I've been trying to, you know, get in touch with him, and this is the date that we've set to meet up and discuss maybe potentially a future book. I don't know. You know.
You'd be really interested in where we were for the past couple months.
Oh, really? You look like an interesting sort. Very adventurous, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
Name's Davil, by the way.
Good to meet you.
Davil Starsong.
You can call me Coops.
Coops, all right. Great.
And Bear.
Bear. Fantastic. Blue's not there.
Yep.
Nox will say, yeah, and my name is, Lee. And gives a face. And, yeah, we're fine. So, well, pleasure to meet you all. I better step in and see if I can snag him, but, have a good time.
He went upstairs, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much, really. And he heads inside.
Can I get an insight check and make sure he's not there to kill him?
Sure.
I would have
Give me an insight.
after you've told him where he is.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
He gives directions to the man.
Gives directions to the man.
and then insight check.
He seems to be truthful, as far as you can tell.
All right.
Seems to be sincere.
I'm pretty okay with that at a dirty 20.
Okay. So Blue, you are staying in the ballroom. You notice that Fae woman kind of rush up the stairs after Volo. The rest of the people in the party kind of continue to mingle. You notice that sort of northern woman with darker hair. She kind of looks up at the stairs and watches that Fae woman head up after her, and it kind of looks like she intends to follow, and then she kind of changes her mind or something, and she sort of meanders through the crowd, getting close to people from time to time, maybe stopping and talking to people. Yeah, you hear like... You hear talking upstairs, and it starts to get a little louder.
Can I kind of, like, not go all the way up the stairs, but go up a little bit further and see if I can hear what they're saying?
Sure. So you head a little further up the stairs, and it's kind of, you can hear that there's talking coming from, the side where, so like the stairs go up to here, and it seems like this upper landing is mostly empty. You know that, like there's kind of crowd chatter coming from this side of the room. The raised voices sounds like it's coming from this side.
Okay, if there's other people up there, then I'm going to go on and go the rest of the way up.
Sure. So you head the rest of the way up, and you see that there's a sign over the door that says library. You can hear the sort of raised voices coming from the other side of that door to the library. The door is closed. You hear muffled yelling coming from inside. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna try to go listen. That is a 14.
A 14. You can tell that it's a man and a woman arguing. It could be Volo and the Fae woman. You can't quite discern exactly what they're talking about.
But neither Volo or the Fae woman is in the room with the crowd.
No, they seem to be in the library behind the closed doors.
Okay. not stealthy, but I really want to see if I can figure out.
At this point, the I'll say that elvish man kind of comes up behind you. There it is. That's the library. It sounds like some people having a bit of a row on the other side. Do you think we should just intrude, or?
Have we entered and like seen that Blue's not there anymore at this point?
I'll say that you can see that she's not in the foyer. You can choose to go up the stairs if you want to, but you might get there a little later than whatever's about to happen.
I'm gonna assume that Blue is upstairs because that's where Volo went, and I'm gonna cast message and be like, "Hey, we ran into this elf dude. Don't think he's trying. Wait, hey, ran into this elf.
Message is not.
Oh, you're right.
Message is not sending.
You're right. We ran into this elf dude. Doesn't seem like he's trying to kill Volo. He's headed upstairs. I'm assuming you're there. Do you need help? What's up?"
Do I get this when the elf guy comes up?
Yeah, I'll say, like, he gets up, has that conversation, they're having a bit of a row, should we interrupt? And then you immediately hear that.
Okay, I'm gonna look at him and be like, did you happen to talk to someone named Coops downstairs?
Yes, the interesting sort of rough and tumble group. Yeah, there was a bit of a situation, but, I talked to them. Why?
Just checking something, and I'm gonna send back to her and be like, yeah, he's up here with me. Someone's arguing at the library upstairs.
Let's head
upstairs. He'll look between you and the door, and then he'll
I was gonna
knock on the door and then open it without really waiting for anybody to let him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of peek in behind him.
Well, he's not a vampire.
Hey, it is daylight when y'all arrive here, by the way, so I'm just gonna put that out there. So he enters the library probably just as the rest of y'all get to the top of the stairs, and you see the doors open into the library. As he's opening the door, the yelling, of course, gets louder, and this woman kind of looks at, and you can see Volo, who looks, he looks very, kind of flustered and sort of red-faced, and she looks angry. And she looks at Volo, looks over at Davil and the rest of y'all behind him, and she just sort of storms past y'all and starts to head for the stairs.
This was Dancy Lady?
Dancy Lady.
Well, she looked mad.
That sounded pleasant.
And Davil is just, sorry to, interrupt. Is everything okay? Sir? And Volo just looks very like, it was nothing. It was nothing.
Insight.
Sure.
Same. You just said it before I could.
That is a 17.
22.
He looks... There's something about his expression that seems like shocked and confused and maybe a tad guilty.
Was she a jilted lover or something?
Are you asking him?
Yeah.
If you ask that, Valier's gonna like goose.
That's quite a question to ask. No, but I don't think it's really any of your business. Just don't worry about it. We're here to have a party. Please, enjoy the rest of the festivities. I would like a little bit of, I would like a little bit of privacy, please.
Of course. I'm gonna dip out and cast invisibility on myself and sneak back in before the door is closed.
Okay. I'm
Is
gonna
Elf
need
Guy
you.
staying?
Yeah, Elf Guy's still there, and he's like, actually, Mr. Volo, if I could just have a quick word. I need to talk to you about a business opportunity. We can get away from some prying eyes, perhaps, maybe. And Volo seems kind of like eager to do that and get some escape. Now, Coops, I need you to give me a sleight of hand at disadvantage to try and cast invisibility on yourself in, like, there's people everywhere, like, so if you're gonna try and do that,
Okay.
like, if you step out of the library, you're stepping into a room where other people are to cast invisibility on yourself.
Okay. I'll do it.
All right, go ahead. How'd that go?
Well, my high was a 21 and my low was a 12, which isn't awful for normal just perception of people milling about at a party. But,
Okay, so you cast invisibility on yourself, and you step back into the library. Davil is with Volo. They're about to leave, and Davil kind of stops and looks, and he turns and he looks right where you are, and he sort of leans over to Volo. Sorry, sir, I don't think we're alone. Is there a better place we can go talk? And Volo's like,
interesting.
yes, come this way. And they head outside the library, back to this staircase, and head up the stairs.
Interesting!
You didn't roll that high.
Well, but I cast invisibility when I was outside of that room.
Yeah, but it's okay. Sure.
Okay, it's fine. Whatever. I thought it would be a stealth check on me, like, sliding back into the room, but that's fine.
What would you guys like to do? Y'all notice Volo and Davil heading up the stairs. Perrine, wow, I just dropped her name. Sure. Elf girl, Fae girl, whatever, is storming down the stairs, causing a bit of a scene as she goes. It looks like she might be crying. So, take your pick.
I'm just gonna stay invisible.
I'm gonna follow Elf Girl.
Okay, sure.
It's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it.
Don't want to follow Elf Girl because Valera's not good with people crying, so she's gonna no. She'll try to kind of go up, like,
Better have big shoulders to cry on.
kind of like she did before, and see if she can hear anything like from the stairwell before she follows for real, for real.
Okay.
But I'm also invisible.
Okay. So Valera and an invisible Coops are like standing at the stairs listening, and Bear, you're following Elf Girl. So you follow Elf Girl down the stairs, and she goes back down to the foyer, and she kind of like bursts into tears, and she immediately just like pulls some random person next to her aside and just starts like talking to them and crying to them. And for a while, like for a second, they're like, "What are you?" And then like eventually they're just sort of like enthralled with her, and they're just sort of like hanging on her every word and trying to comfort her.
Amazing. She's like a Vila.
I'm just gonna kind of hang back and watch what's going on and try to be like nonchalant, like lean up against the wall or something, but like just like keep an eye on the situation.
Sure. Give me... No, I won't make you roll. You can actually hear some of the things that she starts to slip and talk about and complain about. And a lot of it, you hear the word, you catch like every other word. You hear the word mother and heartbroken. You hear the word daughter used repeatedly. And she seems very upset. And the person is just like, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And they're just like hanging on her every word, and they're just watching her very intently and like rubbing her back and handing her a handkerchief to dab her eyes.
Bear's internal monologue is going crazy, hearing just bits and pieces of this. Did Volo fuck Fairy? Is his daughter I do not know. Is old Flame and half daughter with lady? I do not know.
Amazing.
That's what's going on in Bear's head. Bear is not smart, but
It's amazing.
Blue and Coops, you listen at the stairs. You hear them walk up, and instead of just stopping at the next floor, they seem to go up even higher, and their footsteps start to fade away.
I'm gonna follow them.
Yeah.
Sure. At this point, you also, as you're heading up the stairs, you also hear a commotion below of, you recognize the voice as the drow fellow, and it seems like he's getting into a bit of fisticuffs.
How did he get back in? Wasn't he like...
He was escorted by a guard, and it seems like, maybe he got away or something.
Did y'all tell me that the drow guy was back? Do I know about this?
No.
What happened?
What does he say? What do I hear him saying?
You hear a lot of like, take your hands off me, and like, I have a right to be here, and you can't take the things that belong to me. And
Is that the prick from earlier?
Yeah.
there's some of like, where's Volo? I want to see him. Take me to him now, and stuff like that.
So
Does
he's
it
just
look
being
like
a Karen.
guards have it handled?
Yeah. Do they?
It's a little touch and go, but for the
Where is
most
it
part-
coming from? Is
I'm
it
gonna
in like
cast a message at him,
Okay,
and I'm
sure.
gonna say, you need to calm yourself down now, or I'm gonna call for the guards again, or I'm gonna take care of it. It being you.
is he in the
you
second
see
floor
him
or
actually,
where is
he's
he?
like trying to run up the stairs to where you are actually.
Okay.
And the second that message enters his head, you see him stop and just look around.
I'm gonna cast a message again. And I'm gonna say, good. Please stay calm, and we won't have to deal with you. You can reply to this. Why exactly are you so interested in Volo?
And he's so confused, and before he even like thinks to respond, some guard grabs him by the arm and starts to regain control of him.
just like melted this dude's mind. Thought he was hearing
It's like,
God.
what the fuck
I just
is
pictured
happening?
the voice that's like, please keep all hands and feet inside the vehicle. Like, please keep your tipper under control.
This is God. Stop fucking around.
I'll say at this point, Davril actually comes back down the stairs from behind you.
I'm gonna put that down so where he doesn't run into me.
So
I
he
just-
doesn't run into you? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, he sees you, Blue, and he's like, he looks a little like, I don't know, frustrated.
Frustrated.
Yeah, he does look a little frustrated.
Okay. Business venture didn't go so well then?
Not exactly. Maybe next time.
It's disappointing.
Yeah. You're telling me.
Insight check?
Sure. Give me an insight.
24.
24.
Nice.
Hang on. There's something that's like being left out there. Something about this statement doesn't quite seem. I don't know.
As soon as he passes by me, I'm walking up the stairs.
Okay. You walk up the stairs and start to head up the stairs. And as you do that, hang on a second. So you start to head up the stairs, and an echoing rush of crackling magic suddenly rushes itself over all of you. And in a brief instance, you feel the ground beneath you. The entire statue begins to fall. And a moment after you fall with it, the weightlessness is over. And in a fraction of a second, it stops. And the chaos begins. All the guests growing worried and start to scream and shout. Ornaments and glasses are now scattered across the floor. It seems like something has gone wrong, and I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Question.
Sure.
This is pertinent. Is it a threat that I see?
No, it's like something has happened to the building or something, but you can't see what has happened.
Okay. Just wondering if danger sense would apply, because it says I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
I mean, you can see the building shaking and moving, so I'll let you have advantage for that, sure.
Okay.
I got a 10.
I got a 12.
I got a 16.
16.
So everybody except for Blue manages to stay standing. Blue, you fall prone with the sudden shift. And Nox Nox like grabs the railing of the stairs and grabs her stomach for a second, like she's gonna throw up, and then she kind of like pushes it down and keeps herself from getting sick. And then she looks at all of y'all. What the fuck was that?
See, I told you. What happened when it wake up?
You were right, you did tell us.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but I think homeboy woke up.
I'm gonna keep walking upstairs.
At this point, you hear below people shouting, "We're not in Waterdeep! Where's Waterdeep? Where's the city?" And people
What?
are freaking out. And there's a huge commotion, and actually everybody starts to funnel out of the various rooms on all these different floors, and guards are leading them back down to the foyer and the entry room. They're trying to corral everybody down to like kind of the main floor.
Are coming down from above me?
Sorry.
What?
You have
What?
to say that again.
Are people coming down from above me too?
Yes. The guards are kind of ushering everybody to head to the foyer. Please stay calm, single file. We're gonna figure this out.
I'm gonna go with the flow of traffic and step off to the side on one of the landings because I want to get to the top floor.
I was gonna say I'm gonna try to go up.
You try
After I
to go
get
up,
up.
and the guards tell you to go back down.
Okay. You're still
I'm gonna
invisible, right,
cast a
Goobs?
message to Blue.
You're still invisible, right?
I'm gonna cast a
Okay.
message to Blue and tell her that I'm trying to get to the top floor.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check to try and fight against the crowd, because everybody's coming down and you're trying to
Oh,
swim
no, I was
upstream.
planning on, like, waiting off to the side until everyone has stopped coming down.
Okay, you can do that. It's gonna take a while, but
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna ask the guard and just be like, are you sure everyone's down from the upper floors? Because I was just gonna make sure everyone's down.
we've got it handled. We're taking our time. We're trying to clear out all the rooms. It might take a second. It's a 6-story tower, so it's gonna take a bit of time.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize it was that tall.
It seems like we may have shift planes.
Okay,
We may have what?
we're not in Waterdeep, but we shifted planes?
That's the leading theory. Looks like we might be on the ethereal plane. I don't know. This is kind of beyond my jurisdiction, honestly.
So since I'm hearing this, can I, like, think about things that I've read and things that I know and see if I can come up with ways this could have happened?
Same, because your girls read a lot of books.
Give me an intelligence check.
Not Arcana?
I could maybe allow Arcana. It's gonna be a really high DC.
That's fine.
You know, neither one is gonna help me much, so.
It's not fine when I roll a nat 1.
I got a
we're good.
17.
Yeah, you have no idea. For an entire building to suddenly shift planes, just seems crazy, honestly. As people are starting to continue down to the foyer, and that sort of main entrance hall, you start to hear murmurs, people being afraid of wherever they are, and people starting to freak out, just about how they're gonna get home, and you start to hear the repeating question, "Where's Volo? Where's Volo? Where's
That's what I'm
Volo?"
trying to go.
Yeah.
And then you hear a guard shout from above, "Volo's been murdered!" And
Shocker.
everybody freaks out, and we're gonna go to break.
Cool.
Great. See, I was trying to find his body before anyone else did, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't gonna work.
Nah, man. I can't let you end the one shot before it even starts. So, you're back. People are exclaiming that Volo is dead, and that y'all are no longer in the material plane. What would you like to do?
Can I use, is it thaumaturgy to make my voice louder and get everybody to calm down?
Sure. I'll let you choose whether you want to make a persuasion or an intimidation based on what you're saying.
I'm just gonna be like, everyone, please remain calm. We cannot figure out what's going on if everyone is freaking out all at once. Please remain calm.
All right, give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. That is not great. That is 12.
12. Some people listen and some people are like, yeah, we should calm down. And then other people are like, how the fuck can we calm down? We're not in the same plane. And it's a mixed bag, I'll be honest.
You know, if the voice level goes down at all, I'm counting it as a win.
Nox
Are
just sort of
people
pats you on
still-
the back. It was a good try. Good try.
Are people still coming down from upstairs?
Some people are coming down, some people are just sort of like stopping off on just different levels. Guards are starting to sort of like check people in different rooms. They're kind of all over the place. Now that they've realized that they can't leave the tower, the urgency to move floors is starting to subside.
Mm. I want to be listening to what the guards that are coming down are saying.
Sure, give me a perception check.
That is a 26.
A 26. So you hear a few things. One person says, did you see how far that thing was in his chest? Gods. And then the other guy's like, yeah, but what about what was wrong with his face? His mouth was missing, damn it. They look pretty freaked, honestly.
Do I see the Fae girl or the Northern girl?
Where are y'all, honestly?
I would be, I guess, on that stairway between the second floor and the third floor. Was that where I was heading? No, the third floor and the fourth floor, because I was trying to get up to the fourth floor, right? I was talking to him on the stairs.
Yeah, so you were heading up. You don't see any of the notable people that you met at the party on this floor at all.
After hearing that, what I just did, I would like to head downstairs to the second floor and find the cave dungeon person.
Okay, you head down to that main floor and you look around and you can't find them on this floor.
They weren't on the third floor that I was at either.
No. You do see the sort of northern girl. She's, you find her in the ballroom.
I'm gonna... I guess, how close do I have to be for message? Let me check this.
Are you still invisible?
Yeah.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Okay.
Has it been an hour at this
I'll
point?
say it's probably getting close to ending with all the commotion and guards trying to...
Okay, then I would like to start heading down the stairs to the first floor. How many people are down there?
There's a lot of people everywhere. I mean, every floor has people on it.
Okay.
And
Then, sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, as you leave the second floor or the ballroom or whatever, just go on and give me like a perception.
Oh, okay.
Or what's your passive perception? I guess.
My passive perception is 26.
26.
I mean, I'm always down to see if it's higher than my passive.
Yeah, as you're leaving the ballroom, you notice one of the women kind of like on stage with the band, is just sort of watching you closely.
So one of the women on stage with the band sees me. Interesting.
Oh, you're invisible.
So she doesn't see me?
Nah, she doesn't see you, I guess.
Okay, I'll forget you said that then.
Go ahead and make a stealth check, though, with advantage,
Okay.
then.
That's a 28.
Okay. No, she doesn't see you, but you do see her looking around and scanning the crowd. And she sort of watches the crowd, and then you notice her scribble something on a piece of paper.
Interesting. Well, I want to try and go downstairs, and as I'm like going through the threshold to where like upstairs can see me and downstairs can see me, I want to drop my invisibility.
Okay.
To where people hopefully won't see it. Like there's hopefully a landing of some sort, right? Where
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you do it. So you drop your invisibility as you head down the stairs. What is everybody else doing?
That's a really good question.
Bear, you're still over there standing by a northern girl, right?
I'm standing by Elf Lady, or the like dancy bitch.
Right.
Yeah, she's now in the library. So you watched her move to the library. So you can be in the library with her if you want to.
I'm not suspicious of her anymore because I think the one person I'm most suspicious of is the elf dude. But I will go up and hang out on the third floor.
Sure.
Just to see. You know, I'll go into the smoking room.
Okay. Yeah, you as you're heading towards the smoking room, you see a guard shoving the drow guy into the library. It's like, you stay here! And like he's definitely just being watched very heavily at this point. Yeah, you head into the smoking room though, as that guy gets pushed into the library. And I've got a description here somewhere of the smoking room. Eventually. La 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 la. Library. Smoking room. So, yeah, you enter the smoking room, and it is a 20-foot long bar counter that is tucked into one corner of the room. A lone servant fetches drinks, pipes, and assorted smoke weed from the cabinet behind the bar. You see 5 bar stools that stand opposite the bar. There are cushioned blue armchairs that are sort of paired throughout the room. Some by the wall, while others occupy the center of the room. And walking through the smoking room kind of, especially you, requires you to sort of weave between the chairs. And on the coffee tables between each chair are glass ashtrays and lit incense burners. Some of these ashtrays and incense burners are now on the floor or cracked or out after the whole place kind of shook and moved. You can tell that the room would be immaculate, but it is definitely not. It's a bit in disarray now because things have been shaken around. And you can tell that these incense burners are meant to kind of keep the room smelling like the fresh scent of petals in the air, but it still smells pretty heavily of smoke. There are also a number of small marble statuettes, many depicting the different walking statues of Waterdeep. Some of them have fallen over or gotten chipped or broken in the commotion.
Is the Hawkman one still standing?
Let's find out. The Hawkman one is still standing.
We'll look at it suspiciously and then move on. Do I see anyone that we've seen before in here?
Hang on. You do not see anybody that you have seen before in here. You see a couple guards in the corner kind of whisper to each other. One of them looks kind of pale and clammy, and kind of motions for the other guard to follow, and they leave, and you can see them exit and start to head up the stairs.
I'm gonna follow them.
Sure. So you go to follow them. Blue, where are you? You're muted.
Sorry. I think I was still on the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you gonna
above the library?
So you see those guards head up those stairs, and you see Bear start to follow them. Do you follow as well?
Yeah. Are these guards that we talked to before, or no?
They're not guards that you specifically talked to before. They're in the same general, like, attire, if that makes a difference. But
No, just wondered.
yeah, so they head up. They get to here, and then they move over to this smaller staircase and head up to the very top. The Hawk's Eye balcony.
Okay.
And when you get to the top to this balcony, you see Frug in there, and he sort of sees you two, and he's like, "Please help." And so you ascending the spiral stairs leads to a quaint circular room. On one side there are two port windows that would overlook Waterdeep, but are not anymore. Now it just sort of is this kind of weird sort of ethereal void. But aside from this sort of lookout balcony room, pretty much all the attention is on what's in the center of the room. In the center of the balcony, Volo lays lifeless on his back. An onyx dagger protrudes from his chest, and sort of a pinkish liquid kind of covers his face, and his mouth is missing. Where it should be is mysteriously sealed shut.
I'm gonna kind of gesture to Volo and be like, "Can I take a look?"
Frog, you mean?
Yeah. Like to Frog and like gesture towards. Yeah.
Yeah, please. We're kind of any help to try and figure out what happened would be great, honestly.
Okay, I want to take a look, particularly at like the liquid around his mouth, and see if it's like any kind of magical or medicinal or anything.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. $14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that this liquid is magical in nature, and you believe it belongs to the school of necromancy.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Frog as much and be like, "This was probably intentional. Someone would have, I guess, had to bring this here. It's magical in nature, so."
Yeah, great. And he some other guard comes up and pulls out a vial, and they start kind of moving things into, taking a sample and putting it into a little vial. Yeah, so y'all are in this room, dead body. You've investigated the liquid.
Can I tell anything else about the body?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. What's my investigation? I don't like Valeria's mods, I'm remembering. That is a 16.
16. You can see that there's the dagger that's protruding from his chest. It's kind of in there kind of deep. You also notice that there is some shattered glass on the floor. It looks like maybe something broke one of the windows or smashed through one of the windows.
Which window looks broken?
The one on our left.
Okay, can I go examine the window?
Yeah. So you start to peer out the window. Give me a perception check.
12.
12. You don't notice anything. You can't tell. Broken window. You're looking out into an ethereal plane. You're not sure what you should be looking for.
The ethereal plane is probably kind of distracting.
Yeah, it honestly is.
Okay. Who would be able to get up this high?
And let's while y'all contemplate what y'all want to do in this room in the room where it happened, let's go back to Coops. So you're down here. You're going down to the banquet hall. Correct.
As I step down, do I see
Let me give you
little
a
dungeon delver?
Let me give you a description of the room. Maybe, if I can find it, wherever it is. It's somewhere. Good God. Banquet hall. So, yeah, you go down the spiral staircase to the banquet hall. There are 2 guards standing by the spiral staircase, while there are 10 servers that are trying to tend to the needs of these very frightened guests. There are 5 circular tables that fill the room, each capable of seating 10 people. Most of them are kind of full and occupied, and the room is a hive of conversation. 24 guests kind of make their way here, some of them nervously snacking on food. You see a grand piano tucked in the corner. That's kind of like... it looks like it was meant to be positioned a certain way, but it's kind of slid or shifted. And whatever music was on the piano is all over the place now. And there's a finely dressed female dwarf that is trying to collect all the sheets of music and kind of stack it and get it together. Yeah, and you notice sort of at one of the tables, mingling with some of the other guests, is Davril. He has a drink in hand.
He's sitting in it. Is there a seat near him that's empty?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna sit myself down.
Okay. Oh, hi. It seems like things have taken a bit of a turn. Do they know exactly
Insight
what
check.
happened? Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Because he's asking what happened, but I bet he already knows. Ah, shitty. 15.
15. Hang on. Where's my thingies?
I'm so suspicious of him.
15. 15 on him. Yeah, he's seems to be genuinely asking you, what happened or what's going on.
Well, it seems that Volo's dead.
Well, I got that bit based on what all the gods was shouting, but, how?
I like his, well, I got that much thing.
Sorry, when he was asking what exactly happened, I thought he meant, what's the chaos? Okay.
I mean, murder is one thing. Moving to a different plane is a bit, unsettling. Is it not for you?
Nothing...
Because it is for me.
Nothing that I've read or encountered could explain how this is possible. So I definitely agree with you there. I think, I'm friends with one of the guards, and I think that maybe you heard something, maybe you saw something. You were one of the last people that I know of that saw him. So maybe no matter what it is, maybe something you saw out of the corner of your eye, something that you thought looked weird or something, any of that could help.
Yeah, I'd be happy to help. Well, as you know, I arrived late. Saw that drow. Tried to steal that scimitar from the crate. And then I went to go talk to Volo. Mostly to apologize for being late, but then also to discuss the business opportunity. Found him arguing rather loudly with that woman. Kind of hoped to interrupt to give him an escape, honestly. And well, we went upstairs to the balcony to have a private word, and well, he kind of turned me down. So I left him to think, and I came down here, and then everything just sort of went to chaos.
Insight check.
Sure, go ahead. Absolutely.
Why do I roll shit? 16.
16. He appears to be telling the truth,
Yeah,
as far as you can tell.
By my memory, do I remember him getting searched at all, or having his weapons confiscated when he showed up?
You don't remember that happening, because he arrived late and was sort of there to kind of diffuse the scimitar issue. You don't recall him being searched specifically.
Okay, I'm gonna say, do you mind coming with me to relay all of that to whatever the guard's name is that we know? It starts with a G, right?
No, Frog.
Frog. That's what it is.
Frog.
Yeah.
Not frog.
Frog.
Yeah. Do you mind relaying all of that to Frog?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. You know, anything to help, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how we go home now. Honestly, I'm a bit perturbed about that.
Same. It's fine. So I'm gonna lead him upstairs, and I'm guessing that Frog is probably with the body, and he just told me where he last was, so I'm gonna head up.
Yeah, Frog's up here, so.
You go to head upstairs. As you're heading upstairs, the dwarf at the piano, you notice that she is watching you very intently. Did you still head up the stairs?
No, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna say, I think someone wants to talk to me. Do you mind heading up on your own?
Sure.
Frog's probably on the balcony, so.
Of course. I'll see you in a bit.
Yep.
He heads up the stairs. So you go to talk to this dwarvish lady?
Sure do.
Okay, sure. So you walk up to this dwarvish woman.
I'm gonna say, so were you the pianist hired for this event?
I was. Can I help you?
I don't know, you were looking at me. I can play the piano.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm a bard.
I was looking at you. A man was just murdered at the place where I'm hired to work, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on everybody.
Insight check.
Sure.
You're like, why does she do all of these?
It's a
22.
22. So you kind of listen to her as she says this. Like, maybe there's some truth to that, but there's something else there.
I think there's more to this than that.
What more do you think there is to this? I work here, I've worked here before, and I've never seen you here before in my life, and there's a dead man in this tower.
I'm gonna hold up my invitation. Well, I had an invitation.
Okay.
There's a lot of people here that are probably here for their first time.
Yeah. But this time a guy died. Are you catching what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
I know
and
you're
I'm
being
trying to figure out
suspicious
how
of
that
me,
happened.
but like, I work here and a man is dead. I can't like keep an eye out on all these random people I've never seen before. Like, that's what's weird to you? Me being freaked out by all the strangers, not the dead man in the tower, and the fact that we're not on the same fucking plane anymore.
Do I still think that's really what it is? Or is there more?
She's very defensive.
Give me another insight check.
Shit. So bad. 11.
11. I mean, she's coming at you with a vengeance at this point, so it's like, you know, it's kind of hard to argue with her at this point.
Well, sorry. I'm just trying to help investigate this, and you stuck out to me. That's all.
Sorry for sticking out. I guess you don't always see a dwarvish piano player. I know it's weird, it's hard to reach the pedals, but if you could just not look so closely, that would be great.
Did you see anyone suspicious?
Nah. Don't even worry about it. I have a friend who's a giant bear, so like... You're not the weirdest person I've seen.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs now.
Wait, did you just say you have a friend who's a giant bear?
That's what she said. You know bear is not
Yes.
a bear, right?
I know.
You know that.
In spirit. Maybe not in body, but in spirit, bear is bear.
Valir is blue and always wet. So like that's
But that's what you said.
But there's a bear!
Oh man. Alright, so you head upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is there anything that you guys up in the balcony do before everybody else gets there? Or you just sort of wait until everybody else gets there?
I want to examine the dagger also.
I'm gonna
I would
gonna
like to do
poke
that when I
where,
get up there as well, just because I don't know that they've already done this. Heads up.
I'm gonna poke where Volo's mouth should be to see if there's still teeth and like a jaw behind it, or if it's just like fused solid bone.
Oh god. Okay, hang on.
It's a good thing to check. I'm just picturing. I'm gonna.
Just my giant fingers just
Alright, so
Are you poking where they already cleared the gel off because it's necromancy gel?
Well, I'm gonna like take if the Jello is still there, I'm gonna like take his coat or whatever, and like or just grab his arm and like use the sleeve to like wipe the Jello off of his
you can
face.
touch, and you can feel that like there are teeth behind like the skin, but the skin has been like reformed and shaped to like cover his mouth.
Weird.
Blue, can you talk with dead people?
Oh, I don't think I can. I don't remember what I'm trying to see what I equipped.
Let me see. Wait. Shit, I just realized I could do this. I'm gonna look around. Are there any insects or small animals around? Like, are there like any rats crawling around?
There are no insects, no
Damn it.
rats, nothing in here.
So no speak with animals. Damn
I'm
it.
sorry. Blue, you wanted to inspect the dagger.
Yeah.
Give me a religion check.
Ooh, okay. Not great. 14.
14 is enough. You look at this dagger, and you can tell that it holds depictions of the goddess of spiders, Lolth.
The goddess of spiders.
And well, yeah, you just got a 14. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll just give you that.
Okay.
I'll say around this time, Davril kind of shows up. Hello. Got sent up to have a chat. I think your friend is close behind. Ooh, that looks
It's gruesome, no?
it's not great. Not great to is there a frog here?
I'm gonna point to Frog.
Frog. And
Point to Frog.
Frog walks over. I'll say at this time, Coops, you get up here.
I just
Davril, Frog. Davril was one of the last people that I know that was up here talking with Volo.
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 It's just Volo.
I almost said Volar.
Volar.
Anyway, he might have seen something. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna go inspect the body.
Okay. Yeah. Davril gives his same sort of spiel to Frog that he gave to you. How he left him and then went back downstairs. You inspect the body. Give me. You're inspecting the body. Give me a medicine check.
What does she get the medicine check?
10.
10.
Can I help? I specialize in medicine.
Sure.
Please.
Sure.
My medicine is +8, and I kept hoping you were going to ask for it. That's a 19.
You said dagger, so I had a specific
No,
thing
I
for dagger.
asked for the body,
I
too.
also would
Okay,
like to investigate
sorry.
the dagger. I did say that.
Okay. 19.
It's okay, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah. So, Coops, you walk over to inspect the wound first, and you're like, yeah, he is definitely dead. And then Blue, you inspect, and you're like, yeah, but it's more than that. Clearly he was killed by the dagger. It looks like the dagger was thrust into Volo with considerable force. And go on and give me a roll, Coops, for the dagger.
Is this religion still?
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
17. Yeah, you know that this dagger holds depictions of the goddess of spiders, Lolth. I'll say with a 17, you know that goddess is typically pretty popular amongst Drow. You all also, I mean, you are coming up here for the first time. You notice the shattered glass on the floor, around the port window. You also see what's everybody's passive perception? I guess I should
26.
Knox's too.
10.
14.
Yeah, I'll say Coops, you also notice that there are a number of small dents that are on the far wall behind Volo's body as well.
Can I look at those?
Sure.
What do they, like, can I conceivably think of what could have caused those?
Give me an investigation check.
Anytime I have a good mod, it's like, let me roll absolute shit so that your mod doesn't matter. 15.
You can tell that these dents are a few days old, but you can't quite figure out anything else about them. Not with that roll, unfortunately.
They're a few days old.
Yeah. The dents are a few days old.
I'm going to point them out to some of the other guards and stuff around here.
Sure. Yeah, they start to, look and inspect and take notes and stuff. Davril sort of like, anything else? This is a bit, I'm just sort of standing here and, I don't know what to...
Curiosity question.
Drow, right?
Davril is an elf. He's
an elf.
Sun elf.
The dude who was trying to sneak in the sword was
Scimitar Buddy is a drow.
Yes.
One question, Devril. You cannot speak with dead people, can you?
Speak with dead people. No, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Okay, just checking.
I don't have that one equipped today. I do have Raise Dead equipped, but I don't think we have the diamonds for it.
Oh my god.
I didn't change any of the spells after our last one shot.
Amazing.
Wait, you have raised it? Oh, wait.
However, the spell doesn't bring back any body parts that are missing, so if we brought him back, he still wouldn't have a mouth, so we couldn't
Yeah, we
do
could just
anything.
take a knife, cut
Right.
open, it's fine.
Yeah, Nox is
Right.
like, I could cut him a new one.
I'm gonna go up to Frog and I'm gonna be like, hey, you remember that drow fellow that tried to sneak in that scimitar multiple times and was causing a commotion?
Yeah, kind of hard to forget that guy.
Huh?
Kind of hard to forget that guy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, the knife plunged in Volo's chest. Spider God, popular with drows.
Oh, he is in the library if you on the third floor if you need
Yeah.
to see him.
You two, I need you to... We're gonna double security on him and maybe start asking some questions. And some guards head down.
Should one of us go down with them?
You can.
I want to inspect the window still.
Yeah. I'll say another guard also escorts Davril down as well. You want to inspect the window. Give me an investigation check. Wait, you're looking out the window. Right?
Oh, man, I rolled so good. It's fine.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception for looking out the window.
Can I take my roll that I did but add my perception mod to it?
Sure.
25.
25. Yeah, you look out the window and you notice an arrow shaft and a tail resting within a crack of the statue's face, down roughly 10 feet.
An arrow crack.
An arrow
And a
shaft
shaft, isn't it?
with a tail. There's like an
As
arrow
in, like, there's an arrow lodged in it.
embedded in the face of the statue. Yep. And I'll say
gonna
with that roll, you look at the window and you look back at those dents, kind of in line with each other.
Okay. But those are a couple days old.
Yeah, the dents are a couple days old.
I'm gonna point out the arrow shaft to Frog, and
He
Is there,
actually
like-
has to get like on a step ladder to like get up to look out the window because he's a halfling. But yeah, Barry, you can pick him up. And he sort of looks and he's like, "Oh shit, that's what?" He's
yeah,
like,
those are my thoughts. And also, like, from the window, you can tell whatever those dents are, probably whatever cracked this window open. But the timeline isn't quite, like, those are a couple days old at least, and Volo is just dead. Like, just
yeah,
now.
that is
so,
a new thing that just happened.
yes.
Hmm.
But it could imply that someone has been hiding in here for a couple of days.
True. Very true.
I'm gonna go make a sweep of the entire building and see if I see any characters that I maybe don't recognize from earlier tonight.
Sure. Yeah, you sort of look around and you don't see well, let's see. You're doing a sweep of the whole building.
Yeah, so this will take some time. I understand that.
Yeah, it will take some time. And like, what way are you working your way through the building?
I'm
Top
gonna say
down,
top
bottom
to
up,
bottom,
top
since
to
I'm at the top.
Okay, what's everybody else doing while she's doing this?
I'm helping bring the drow up.
Okay. Yeah. So you start, Coops, you start investigating. You start, there's really nothing else to see in this balcony other than what you've investigated. So you move to the next floor down, which is a floor of apartments. And let me see if I've got a thing. Yeah, so these are all private apartments for different people that kind of actually live in the tower, wealthy people. And there are guards that are sort of like keeping an eye on this sort of level and making sure that people don't kind of go into these private apartments. So how do you want to finagle that?
Forgot I was muted, sorry.
Oh.
I'm gonna address the guards, and I'm gonna say, Frog sent me to check out all the people in the building. I'm doing a sweep. Can I talk with the residents within these apartments? Task if they heard anything.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 18.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, yeah, please, thank you. Of course. Yeah, so they sort of let you investigate. Pretty much all of these apartments have a similar setup. There's like a dining room that kind of also functions as a foyer. There's a parlor. There's bathroom, a bedroom / office, a master bedroom. And you also notice that each bedroom also has a like a special or secret chamber within it. And you notice as you're looking through some of these rooms that there are just various like kind of more expensive things that tend to be hidden in these rooms, and the room's like hidden behind a movable panel. It's a whole thing.
Is there anything of interest, like anything to do with this like spider deity? Did any of the residents up here hear anything around the time of death?
You can stop and like ask them if you want to.
I want to.
Let me see where my tower denizens people are. Yeah, there's all sorts of kind of like pompous people. Most of them that might be back at their apartments now or on this level now, tell you that they were at the party in the lower levels and they weren't really up here. They were where the fun was happening.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're checking the 5th floor. I'll say by the time you're finishing up the 5th floor, the drow fellow gets brought up to the balcony with several guards with him, honestly.
I'm just gonna say, as I like see him come up, I'm gonna say, You didn't listen to me, did you? And I'm going to continue down to the 4th floor.
Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, he's brought up to the top. There are several guards with him. What would you guys want to, what do you guys want to talk to him about?
I don't know what kind of check to do for this, but I want to, like, check his, I guess, initial reaction when he gets upstairs to, like, the scene of the crime and see if he's, like, surprised or, like, you know, how he reacts to it.
Sure. Give me an insight check.
Okay. It's my insight. I'm so used to other people's, or to Tenari's stats now. That is a 17.
A 17. I mean, he kind of, I'm not gonna lie, he kind of grins a little bit at seeing Volo dead on the ground.
Sus.
He's not upset about it. And then he looks out the window and his face gets a little sour.
Sour?
I don't know, like a sour expression, you know, like a I don't know. You know what I mean.
No, just thinking to myself, like, sour is odd.
Well, maybe he sees what plane we're on and he's like, that's kind of shitty.
Fair enough. Is Frog still up there?
Yeah, Frug's still with you.
Okay. I'm trying to think. You know, we're just gonna be blunt. So you were trying to sneak weapons in tonight,
I don't see why it's any of your business.
and now someone's ended up dead.
I mean, he kind of, where's the accent gone? It's disappeared. He had it coming.
He had it. Oh, okay. You want to explain that for me?
Like I said, it's none of your business.
Well, it is now. Someone's dead, and we have reason to believe it's you, so you might want to explain.
I didn't see him get murdered, if that's the question. But I wish I had.
I could start cutting
Insight on
fingers off if it would speed things up a little bit.
Yeah, blue roll insight.
16.
He seems like he genuinely wishes that he had seen Volo get murdered. Bear, give me an intimidation.
Okay, let's try.
Come on, Bear.
That's an 11.
He just sort of crosses his arms. I'm not afraid of you.
Bitch, you better be.
What was the name of the spider?
Lolth.
Lolth. Lolth. Okay.
Lolth.
Okay, thank you.
Well. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him what he knows about Lolth, the spider goddess, I guess. And watch his reaction to the question.
Hang on, let me read something real quick. Yeah, so you ask him, he is very familiar with Lolth. It seems like it's a topic that he's very familiar with, or a deity that he's very familiar with. I mean, he seems very, like, he doesn't want to share information, though. Like, he's like, yeah, I know who Lolth is. Like, of course I know who Lolth is. Like, but why the fuck are you talking to me? Like, he's very blunt and not super compliant.
I don't like him.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm just gonna spell this out for you, because see, you were trying to sneak some weapons in here. You obviously hate this guy. He ended up dead, and the weapon that killed him has Lolth the Spider Goddess on it.
Yeah, you saw my weapon. It's a fucking scimitar. It's not the same as a dagger.
That doesn't mean that you didn't try to sneak another weapon in here.
Look, I didn't see Volo get murdered. I wish I had. I was spending my time, avoiding the light and trying to dodge the guards, if I'm being honest. I'm a drow, obviously. Don't like light. Kinda don't like guards either. Look, if you want someone to be suspicious of, it's probably that fucking surface elf. Whatever his name was.
Why do you think him?
He seems pompous. He's, what, sun elf? Ugh, they're all arrogant pricks.
So you're saying he brought dagger that has a religious symbol of your goddess in to try to frame some drow?
Just because I know who Lolth is doesn't mean I worship her, doofus.
You call me name one more time, we will have big problem.
Alright, one more insight. Does he worship her?
Yeah, give me an insight.
That is a 21.
I mean, he doesn't seem like a religious sort of guy, if we're being honest.
No wonder I don't like him. Okay. I say we lock him back up till we figure this out.
Waste of time.
You're being suspicious anyway, so...
What do you want me to do? Actually,
Maybe
never
not
mind,
try to
Stop being a
sneak
prick.
weapons into event? Dumb shit?
Or just not be a prick. Someone's dead. We're trying to figure out who it is.
Oh, boo-hoo. People die every day.
Lock him back up. I hate him.
I'm gonna pull out my axe and be like, you want to make it one more?
Ugh. He lets the guards take him back down. Alright, so, Coops, you, continue through the 4th floor, and you don't really find anything on that floor either. You move down to the 3rd floor, and hang on. You move down to the 3rd floor, and you find the sort of fae type lady in the library, and why don't you give me an investigation check?
Okay. $17.
17. As you're looking around the library, you notice about 7 feet up the eastern wall is a 2-foot wide hole. And am I even in the right thing? Oh, nope. Hang on. Regardless, you made a right check. There's a bookshelf that you can move, and it reveals a hidden room. In there, you see the 2-foot wide hole. Yeah. So, you are in... Sorry about that. You are in this room. There was a bookshelf that you moved aside to get in here.
Okay.
And there's
That's
like...
And right here is where the hole is?
I think it's actually here.
Okay.
But you're in this room, and it's kind of a weird room. It kind of looks like an aviary of sorts. There's kind of bird poop all over the ground. There are 3 steel cages, but all the doors to these cages have been removed. Tucked to one side of the room is a cot, complete with plump pillows and a thick blanket.
Are there any notes anywhere or anything?
Give me either a perception or investigation.
16. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. My perception's higher.
16. You're looking around and you don't see any notes, but as you're looking around and you start to give up and turn to leave the room, you notice that there is a tall Aarakocra male standing behind you.
Oh my god.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm with the investigation team.
The investigation team. I love that this is like an official team.
Flash your badge.
Yeah. And I just found this room. I didn't realize someone was in it. Who are you?
Name's Krill. I live here. I take care of the birds. You know, when we're in the material plane, you know.
I'm assuming that's what that hole is for.
Yeah.
Birds come in and out.
Uh-huh. And you're just, you're looking around?
Yeah. How long have you worked here?
He sort of looks at you carefully. For a long time. Several years. I'm under the protection of Lady Sperant. She owns the tower. Doing a lot of snooping though, aren't you?
Yeah, that's kind of my job right now.
There's a whole investigation team.
It's the guards and us, my group.
He's watching you very carefully. He seems just very suspicious of you because you've sort of walked into, I guess, his room.
I apologize for trespassing. I didn't realize this was someone's room. Your room.
You can tell that he's like studying you very intently.
I am actually. Like, if he actually works here, I feel kind of bad.
Give me a persuasion check to try and convince him that you are trying to help and you don't mean any harm.
Not as bad as it could be. 18.
18. You see his shoulders relax a little bit. Okay, so maybe you're okay. Maybe you are trying to help.
I am definitely trying to help. We're trying to find this murderer and get us back home.
So, they found the body in the balcony, right?
Has that been spread around by the guards? I would assume so, right?
I think by now, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, yeah, we did.
Well, if you seem trustworthy, and I'm hoping you are, I did see a couple people on the roof near the statue just before the party.
Oh. Really? That is actually that could be really important information. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah. Well, one of them was a half-orc with pretty oversized bow. And the other guy's that elf that came in a bit late.
Hey!
I fucking knew it.
Son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
Have I seen a half orc in the party? Like
You've
throughout
not
the
seen a
room?
half-orc in the party. He'll say they were on. He'll clarify and say that they were on a roof, like adjacent to the statue.
Oh, okay.
Probably within eyesight of the balcony, the port window.
And where the arrow is.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. An oversized bow.
And so Davril was over there talking to this half-orc with the bow before the party. And then, of course, he arrived at the party late.
He's kind of an important witness. So I'm going to tell him what I'm about to do, and I'm going to ask him if it's okay, because I want to make sure that no one can sneak in here and possibly kill him. Now, currently, I'm the only one that knows this information that he's passed on about him having seen Davril, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cast guards. I'm going to ask him if it's okay if I cast guards and wards on his room.
What does
And
that
if
do?
he's okay staying in here. So I'm going to ask if I can cover his his entrance door with sealing it with an arcane lock and make it look, using an illusion, like it's just a plain section of wall.
Sure. Yeah,
he's
he'll
okay with
say, thank you. Yes. Sure.
Okay.
You
Cool.
should
I'm gonna
know
cast that spell.
You should know that I think this elven fellow and that orc, I think they're a part of a larger group. Just be careful.
I think I might have an idea of what that group could be.
Be careful. And, may Rimnus watch over you.
Thank you. Do I know who Renless is?
God of sky and service.
Okay, cool. I will say thank you. Please stay safe. Yes. Okay, and then I will try and stealthily leave so that
Sure.
crazy.
I'll let that happen. So you stealthily leave and you go back up to Frog and talk to Jade Cliff. LOL. And you go. Are you going up to Frog to tell him that info?
Yes.
Okay, so you go up to Frog. Everybody's in the balcony. You reveal that there is a witness, Krill, the Aarakocra, who confirms that he saw Davril and a half-orc on a neighboring rooftop with a bow within eyesight of the balcony. And then Davril was late to the party. So it all seems fairly
And
damning.
also, I don't know if anyone searched Davril, by the way, because he was late, and he entered right during the whole debacle with.
Frog just face palms and he's like, God fucking damn it. Trevor, I told you to stay by the door.
Trevor.
Who knows? Yeah, so you give all this information, yeah, so they tell you that Davril it should be down in the banquet hall again. Frug sort of looks at all of y'all, imposing, impressive with your numerous weapons, and kind of looks at himself and all of his guards. Do you mind Do you mind bringing him in?
Not at all.
We can do that.
All right. So y'all are going down to get Davril.
Mhm.
All right. You head down to collect Davril, and you enter the banquet hall, and you notice that he is at the table. He is now with both the dwarven piano player and that other musician that was
so they're part of the
jotting
group.
notes. And it looks like another person, looks like a waiter, has stopped and is also talking with them as well. So you see Davril and 3 other people. And Davril sort of catches like y'all's eye, and y'all sort of look at each other. And he stands up, sort of dusts himself off. Do I need to answer more questions?
I
Yes.
don't know. Do you think you need to answer more questions?
Now, before things get any more tense, I think we can talk about this.
Really now?
I have some powerful associates that I don't think you would want to upset. You catch my drift?
I think that I'm not really from here, and I don't really give a shit whether or not you think that I shouldn't.
You're from Waterdeep. You know that. You know
I
that.
can
I
say
am
that.
not
I
from
can,
here.
I can say that. I can say
Bear is
that.
not from here. Bear no give shit.
I think I don't give a shit regardless.
Listen. You mess with me now, and you're gonna have to face the Hose and Tara when we get back.
And
Bear still have no reason to give shit.
Nox is already pulling out her daggers.
I'm going to cast Gios on him.
Okay, let's go on and just roll initiative.
Right. Just trying to do it before initiative happens.
And I'm gonna move y'all to.
Oh wait, shit! I'm playing Bear. I have advantage on initiative. Hell yeah!
Ooh, we love that.
I'm moving y'all.
Okay,
to,
that was worse.
This is like a zoomed
I'm glad
in
you do,
portion.
because my initiative is crap.
I mean, I rolled an 11, so
I got an 8.
at advantage. I rolled a 10 and a 4.
Oof.
Which one is Nox?
Nox is what Elzaris normally is.
Okay.
Are there people around? Like, are we gonna hurt people?
Nah, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I said that he had 3 people with him. So let me add a third person. Alright, who else? What else do I need to do? I need to do you guys. Adding all turns. Okay, what's everybody's... Okay, hang on, let me do my monsters first.
No.
Yes! The red one is Davril, by the way.
Okay.
The purplish one is the musician from the ballroom, and then the dwarf and the waiter are like brown colored. Ooh. I'm doing pretty okay. This is nice. Sorry. Okay, let me get Nox and then I'll get the rest of you guys. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Oh, Nox, why? Why? Honey. No. Alright, Bear.
I got an 11.
An 11. Valera?
8.
8. Oh no. Oh no. Coops?
21.
21. Good. Okay, let me change the music and let me arrange some things. That seems in order. Okay, so top of the round is Coops.
I'm still doing what I said I was going to do. I'm going to try and cast Chaos on him, so I need a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. And can you describe Chaos to me first? Like, is it?
Yeah, so I place a magical command on a creature that I can see within range, forcing it to carry out some service or refrain from some action or course of activity as I decide. While it's charmed by me, it takes 5d10 psychic damage each time it acts in a manner directly counter to my instructions, but no more than once each day.
Okay, got it. 13.
That's a fail. So my command is help us fight and get home. So
Okay. Alright. And that completes your turn?
and then I'm gonna bonus action give Bear a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
E.
Yep.
What is that at this level? D10?
It is a D10.
E.
Can it... Hang on.
What?
And he takes damage if he
Goes against it,
goes
yeah.
against it. Okay. Alright, it's his turn. Okay. He's going to, he looks at you, glares at you, and then, he's going to put his, hang on, let me see if I can do this. I fucking hate that spell. Hang on.
Amanda hates this.
It's a good spell.
He's about to become like the most uncooperative person ever.
Alright, he's gonna glare at you, and then he's gonna put his hands on himself and, begin casting a spell on himself.
I don't have counters. I'm just a bard.
Alright, so go on and roll the 5, or what is it, 5d10 or whatever.
5d10, yeah.
And,
Sorry, I don't have my dice with me, so...
I'll check off a thing. A spell slot for me.
Okay.
Yeah, give me that damage. Oh god.
Okay, we're rolling 5d10. Go. 37 points of psychic damage.
Oh shit.
poggers.
Yo.
I'll take a picture of it if you want proof.
I love that.
That's fine.
That's awesome.
That's fine. Okay.
It rolled a 8, 7, 7, 6, and a 9. So.
Yeah, I think that's all he'll do for that. That'll be his turn there. Alright, so next up it's the piano player and the waiter. We'll have Alright, this guy is gonna try and parkour up across this table. Let's see how this goes. He kind of trips and falls onto the table. It's kind of terrible, honestly.
We love to see it.
So instead of getting all the way to you, Coops, he'll just stop and fire his crossbow at you. That is a 17 to hit. Yes. And that is not a ton. That is 4 points of piercing damage. So not a lot. Nox is going to... goodness. Nox is gonna... Yeah, sure, fuck it. She's gonna move up and attack Davril with her rapier. It's an 18 to hit, which does hit, and that will be just 8 points of damage, so not a ton to him, but that's fine. Let me see if there's anything else she can do. She'll bonus action disengage and she'll move back away. Next up is the musician from upstairs. And she will... Trying to figure out how to... Okay, sorry. So she'll move, she'll get up onto this table. She's not trying to like parkour over it, she'll just get up onto it. And she'll aim at Valera, and she will try to fire her crossbow at you.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That hits.
You take 9 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 17 plus 4, 21.
21. So you take half of this, and then there's additional stuff I gotta roll as well.
Okay.
You take 12 points of poison damage.
That's already halved.
That's already halved. And you also take, because she got advantage on the attack, you also take 14 points of piercing damage as well.
Okay.
That's her turn. Alright, Bear.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This guy didn't go. This guy totally didn't go. He'll just fire a thing at Bear. He'll just fire a crossbow. Natural 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Is 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
That's doubled. Already.
Oh my god.
Alright, now Bear. Go ahead.
Okay, I would like to bonus action rage.
Sure.
And how much of my movement would it cost to get up on the table?
I'll just say it's like an extra, like 5 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna get up on that table.
Sure.
And I am going to recklessly attack the asshole who just shot Valera
Sure.
Thanks.
with my greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
That is a... What do I get to that? 19 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Don't forget rage damage, Benji. It is 9 points of slashing damage for the first attack. Second attack is a natural 20.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
So that is going to be 17 points of slashing damage.
Shit.
And that is my turn. I missed reckless attack and having 2 attacks
Alright.
and rage damage.
Valera.
Okay, I'm gonna scoot up just a little bit. Like, I think there puts me... Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do Destructive Wave.
Sure.
So she strikes the ground, creating a burst of divine energy that ripples outward, and each creature she chooses within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. So that will target
All of them.
everybody. And what about your friends?
It's creatures I choose.
Creatures you choose. Alright, so they all have to make a Constitution saving throw?
Yep, or take a lot of damage.
Great. That's a fail from the ballroom musician.
Okay.
That'll be a fail from the piano player.
Okay.
Another fail from the waiter. And that is a dirty 20 for Davril.
Okay, so Davril will take half. Okay, so it's 5d6 thunder and also 5d6 radiant.
Sure.
And I think I'm just gonna channel divinity and make it go full damage.
Okay. Sure.
Fucking amazing. You're so stellar.
Absurd. No, I
So-
remember this one. This is what killed Strahd.
Yeah.
How
So
lucky was
that's
It'd be like
60 for everyone except.
it'll be 30 thunder, but then I think you'd still have to roll a radiant because
Do I still need to roll
Channel
radiant?
Divinity Destructive Wrath only applies to thunder and lightning damage.
Cool. So we're gonna do that for everybody gets 30, except 15 for the guy who succeeds, and then half of whatever this roll is for radiant. Yes, it's still halves for radiant. Isn't that? I think
For what?
it's still halves
Yeah,
for the radiant
you'll
damage
still
since he
take half
succeeds.
damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's 5, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. So 45 for everybody except for, was it Davril that succeeded?
Yeah.
He'll take half of that.
Okay.
22 for Dav.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting there. Shit.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a
It's a
fun
lot.
spell.
It's a lot of damage.
I can't wait to get that spell. Is that on
Such a
the
fun spell.
Tempest Domain Cleric
Mhm.
list? Hell yeah.
Such a fun spell. Best one to use channel divinity
Come
with.
on, level 9. Come on, level 9.
Get through the dungeon and then we can talk. Alright, these guys go down for sure.
Heck yeah.
So you've got, Davril and the other, person.
Can I just like kind of look at Davril and like flick my hair and then I turn over?
Sure, sure.
We ain't give a
Like
fuck about
sopping
those
wet hair
entire.
just-
Man. Hang on. Let me read a thing. Go ahead, Coops.
Okay, I'm gonna say, see, you could have just worked with us, and I'm gonna cast Bane on Davril and the musician lady. And I'm going to bonus action cast Spiritual Weapon at. I think I'm gonna do 3rd level.
They
Yeah,
must
I'm
make
gonna do.
charisma saving throws, right?
Yeah,
For Bane.
yeah.
And okay. That's an 18 from Davril
He succeeds.
and a 14 from the musician.
Okay, she fails.
Okay.
So she'll roll d4s and subtract from attack rolls and saving throws.
Gotcha.
And then at 3rd level I cast Spiritual Weapon and can I attack the first turn I pull it out or no? Do I have to wait a
I
turn?
think you can. I think so.
Okay, then I'm gonna attack Davril with it.
Sure. We've ruled it that way before, so
Okay, I couldn't remember. So that is an 18 to hit?
18 hits, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think per rules as written, you can attack with Spiritual Weapon when you summon it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's 11 points of force damage.
Alright.
I rolled a 7 on a d8. That's nice. And that will be my turn.
Now it's Davril's turn. What the fuck is Davril gonna do? Jesus. Never really got a chance to follow any of his tactics. So that's unfortunate.
Did you forget how much we could melt people with these characters?
I know. I even try to like up them a bit, and then I'm like, no. Okay. Hang on.
Shit, you know what I forgot? I forgot brutal critical on my damage. It's 1 additional weapon damage die. For that, I only rolled the 2d6 for the
On the
sword.
thing?
Yeah, so that would be 1 more d6. That is actually an additional 10.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, she's dead. Y'all,
God, it's been so
Dazzle
long.
looks around at all the dead people around him. Looks at all of y'all. At this point, Nox takes off her hat and kind of like reveals herself, and like he stares at her for a second, and then he starts moving his hands, and he goes invisible.
Interesting.
Let's see. Okay. All right. Next up is Nox. I guess she will try to perceive where Davril is, but he's invisible, so that's a whole fucking problem. Yeah, she looks around and she's like, shit, somebody find him! Bear. You're muted.
Whoops. I'm gonna try to... Oh, shit. I'm gonna try to swing at where he was last at.
Sure.
That I can see. I'm assuming it'll be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack recklessly
Sure.
to mitigate that.
Sure.
That, we're rolling the inspiration. That's a 25.
25, you swing at where he just was. Air.
Ah, man.
Damn it.
Do you do anything else?
I'm gonna start. Where I'm gonna book it toward the staircase. Where's? Okay, that's as far as I can get. I think my movement is 40. Yeah, 40 feet. Boop.
Valera.
I don't know if this will work. This might be a dumb decision, but it's fine. Would I know? Would I be able to cast Dispel Magic on someone to get rid of invisibility?
You have to, like... You would need to know, like, where you're... What you're casting it at and, like, where that is.
Where it is? Okay.
I would say.
Dang it.
It's
'Cause
not
I
like
have
an
a good-
area effect kind of
Dang
thing.
it. Okay. In that case... can I do? Can I try to see him? I mean, I don't have any, like, most of my spells I have to be able to see him.
You can use your action to try and make a perception check to try and see if you can hear or sense where he is.
I'm gonna try to do that because I can't do much otherwise. I have to know where he is. Oh, where did my D20 go? 19 plus 4, 23.
You can, like, kind of feel like a breeze as if somebody just walked past you or something.
Okay.
So you can tell that they're somewhere, like, behind you somewhere, like moving towards the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna point in that direction and be like, towards the stairs, right behind me, go! Represent.
Alright, Coops.
I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire. Straight across this whole wall.
I thought about doing an ice storm, but I
amazing.
was like, that's not gonna do anything. But Wall of Fire, that'll do something.
How long is...
It can be up to a long thing. Up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick.
Jeez. Jesus Christ.
And if he's in its area, I don't know if he is, he has to be within 10 feet for it to be within the area. He has to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
And for my bonus action, I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon. You know, Blue said he's like right behind her, and I'm gonna swing like right behind her with my spiritual weapon. I know it's a disadvantage,
Yeah,
but
do it at disadvantage.
so that is at 3rd level spiritual weapon. We're attacking. Oh, I just rolled damage instead of attacking. I'm so sorry. That sucks. That was max damage. We're fine. Okay, so 17 plus 8 is a 25 for the first roll, and the second roll is a nat fucking 1, so 15. No, it's a 7. It looks like a 1. It's a
Still.
15.
A 15.
Mm-hmm.
You swing your spiritual weapon swings, makes contact.
Oh,
Hey.
dope. Okay. So the first D8 I rolled was an 8, and the second one is 5 plus 4, so 9 plus 8 is 17 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Woo! Get him!
I don't even remember what my spiritual weapon looks like.
It's a unicorn.
It was a unicorn? Okay.
Yeah.
So you just see this unicorn come charging in, horn down, and it like skewers him. Just like how he skewered
Wow. Yeah. Your unicorn goes charging to what everybody else sees as thin air, and then you see the blood before you see the illusory invisibility ripple out and dissipate, and it just spears him, and you see Davril's eyes go wide before he...
As he dies, I say, "You could have talked with us."
Amazing. Nox will walk over and stand over him, and she'll just look down at him, pull out her dagger, and say, "Back to the shadows with you," and just fully cut his throat open, just to hammer the point home.
Crazy.
Can I see if anybody has a needle and like take a thread from some of my rope and sew his mouth shut?
Yeah, you can. Sure. Yeah, why not? Sure. I mean,
How do we get home, y'all?
I don't know.
so
We're still in
let
another
me,
plane of existence.
let me.
Well, if he casts the spell, I don't know.
Hang on.
What if we could like, like rappel down and take the arrow out because it had like a tail on it, right?
That's true.
Let me read. Okay, guys.
We just be ready.
So, you guys defeat Davril and make quite a spectacle of his body. That's neither here nor there. And as y'all stand over, feeling pretty content with yourselves and stuff, an echoing rush of crackling magic suddenly rushes itself over you, similar to before, but this is sort of, I guess, the reverse of it almost. Hang on, where am I reading? You are sort of almost more prepared for it this time because you've experienced it before, but it's that same sort of crazy kind of shift and kind of jostling around, and with this crackling of magic, you feel like I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe, but you can tell that with a force somehow, the tower kind of shakes and moves before it settles. This time at a kind of a more pronounced slant. You hear some sort of shouts and stuff from above, before things kind of settle, and some people start cheering and seem to be exclaiming that y'all have returned and y'all are back, possibly, hopefully.
Well, I will drop Wall of Fire.
Good, great. I'm gonna just move y'all back to here.
And I guess we will go upstairs and find, the guards, all of them, and we'll be like, we took care of it.
Yeah, so after everything settles, it's weird walking around. You're a bit disoriented. Everything's kind of at a slant, but people are exclaiming that you all have returned. The whole thing is just sort of at a tilt. You go and exclaim that you've taken care of it. Some guards go to rush down to the banquet hall. Others are kind of like opening up the doors to the entry hall to try and work on getting people out of the tower. And as they're heading to the entry hall, a group that seems to have just arrived emerges into the tower. A woman, tanned skin, short hair, carrying a very impressive staff, kind of followed by almost like an entourage of people, emerges into the tower. Coops and Nox would recognize this as Safar, the Blackstaff, the Archmage, over Waterdeep. She's joined by 4 members of what you and Nox would recognize as the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors. Safar kind of looks around and seems to be kind of getting a lay of the land, and some guards come and sort of give her a quick debrief, and she starts to assess the situation, and she's very quickly alerted to y'all's involvement in settling the matter, and she thanks you for your help and your cooperation, and you can see that just outside the entry hall, you can see the door to the outside. There are griffin riders that are like landing up at the tower to help expedite the process of evacuating everybody out of the building, and some of the guards also come down and tell her about where the body is and everything and all of that. Any closing remarks? I can read some summary things, but
I kind of want to go up to
I think
Brad
I'm good.
Like, he was a fraud anyway.
yeah. So once the culprit has been confronted and caught, the sudden return back to Waterdeep is met with a force of City Watch and Griffin cavalry, all at the ready. At this point, the murder and all of that investigation pretty much gets fully handed over to the authorities of the city. And they're all pretty quick to identify y'all as being the heroes of the day. What becomes more troubling is, as the situation kind of settles, people start to realize that Volo's body is gone. Vanish.
That's weird.
No remains, no idea, no answers. Who knows?
Do they still have the little vial of stuff?
Yeah, they still have the vial of stuff. There's still, like, the scene, but his body has disappeared somehow.
I mean, I'm sure the Volstruckers have it.
Volstruckers?
Whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called.
Maybe he got
The
lost in the other
Zentarum?
The Zentarum?
Them.
Volstruckers.
Volstruckers. Yay, critical role.
Okay, that's my critical role. Okay. I was like, where did I come up with that term?
I mean, most of them don't seem to have any idea what could have happened to it. The only people up in the balcony when the tower returned to Waterdeep were the guards. They left to go talk to the Blackstaff, and it was gone by the time everybody went back to check. So, remains a mystery, but in the days following Volo's party, all of Waterdeep begins to endlessly speculate about the new band of heroes who happen to save the day. People of all backgrounds go out of their way to find you, to find the party, and ask for your assistance with tasks, from mundane to mysterious and occult. Others might suggest that the heroes begin a mercenary business within the city, offering financial support in exchange for royalties. Clearly, you have quickly become kind of heroes and celebrities of the town. Nox thanks you for your help in furthering her task of ridding the city of the Zentarum, and that brings us to the end of our little one-shot today.
This is fun.
Question: what was the drama with the Fae person?
So the Fae person, Volo went, he went on some sort of trip at one point, and he met this, like, nymph one night, and kind of hit it off, and they totally...
He did fuck Fury.
They totally boned, and then he like went to go like get something or do something, but got attacked by an owl bear and got knocked out. And the nymph thought that he had abandoned her and that she would get pregnant. And so her daughter was raised thinking that her dad like abandoned her, and so she was very angry about that. There are 4 different ways that this one shot can go. All of the main people that y'all met could be the killer, and there are different versions in which they are the killer. So if she were the killer, her motive would be a misunderstanding about her father and thinking that he abandoned her. The drow guy, I think Volo said something bad about like some person he works for that he greatly admires, and he wanted to kill him for it. Davril wanted to kill him because Volo somehow inadvertently kind of ruined a Zentarum plan to kidnap someone, and it kind of affected Davril's reputation within the group, and so he was getting back at him for that. Y'all never learned her name, but Haley, the girl from the north, one time Volo was visiting, and she just spun all these different lies about her hometown, thinking that he would never publish them, and then he did, and everybody thought her town was a piece of shit. She was spinning all these terrible stories about it, and so it really was her own fault, but she was mad about that. So, whole thing.
Wowza.
Wowza.
So how did you decide who it was that killed him? How did you decide who it was that killed him?
I thought that the most logical way for Nox to be with you would be if it was connected to the Zentarum.
Okay.
So I picked that one.
So Perrine dancing wasn't like, she wasn't trying to be malicious, it was just how it happened.
Yeah,
Like,
if she was the killer, she would go out of her way to charm you, in a somewhat more malicious way, but in that instance, no, she's just, her dancing is...
just naturally alluring,
yeah,
because
naturally
half fae.
Yeah, exactly.
Wowza.
Wowza.
Interesting.
There.
That was fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
I liked it.
That's good.
Y'all definitely mopped the floor with those guys. I don't think I couldn't have made it like much, I don't know. It was a whole thing. Y'all are just too powerful. Alright, Misfits, and that brings us to the end of tonight's game. I hope you enjoyed getting to see some of our favorite old friends, and I'll see you again next time.